guess we'll start with Jalen. How are you feeling going into the game? How'd you feel going into the second inning? What did Coach ask you before you got taken off the mound?
Just kind of how I was feeling. He told me after the game that my legs weren't really working well with my upper body, and we have a lot of confidence in Kiefer coming in. I know she has my back no matter what, and the team plays defense behind us well. So, it was all confidence.
How did that second inning? It's kind of pretty eventful. That double play, strikeout. Was that the turning point pretty much for you guys to give you guys more confidence?
I think so. It was definitely big plays and kept us in the game. So my defense was great, did what they needed to do with the ball, and it just went our way after that.
Just Heather, what was working for you today? Did you feel sharp in any particular way, a pitch, something nasty?
Well, when I was warming up today, my drop was feeling great, and me and Kat were even talking about it before the game when she warmed me up. I felt great, and so my drop and my changeup were working all day, and that's all I really needed.
Are those usually your best pitches?
Yes. No, usually drop and changeup.
This is the first time I've seen you guys play, but you're extremely aggressive on the base pass, and I thought a couple of those runs you guys pushed across it not only gave you runs, but also may have been a psychological thing for them. How much of an advantage is that when you guys just run, even if there's even the smallest chance that you can score?
Without great risk, there's not great reward. So, there are times when we take risk and we get thrown out, but you have to keep taking those risks to be successful.
On your, did you watch your double? How high that went?
I was just running. I was hoping it wouldn't get called. I was just running.
You guys, I think you're 4-0 against Towson now. 5-0 against Towson now. What is it like playing them? So, how are you guys able to be undefeated? Is there something you figured out with them?
Well, this weekend they were a completely different team than when we played them in conference. So it was kind of like a different mental approach for us because they really brought it this week. So it was like playing a different team.
How are they different? Anything?
They brought energy this weekend. A lot of energy.
After playing a team as many times as you play in conference and in the conference tournament, you have to make adjustments because they know what you do and you know what they do. So there's always something to get better at and always an adjustment to make.
The obvious emotional question: to win a CA championship.
I don't even know if it's set in yet, really. It's awesome. It's an amazing feeling, but I think that we're still hungry, to go to regionals and to be successful in regionals, and so it's an awesome feeling. It's in the moment now, but we're going to be on the grind tomorrow.
So the celebration time will be pretty brief.
Definitely celebrate, but it's just another step to where we want to go. It's another goal that we've accomplished as a team, so we're just on our way to what we want to do.
What has the last 3 days been like? Kind of a whirlwind, just because it's conference tournament. It's kind of a step up just from playing a weekend series game. What can you describe what the last 3 days have been like?
Mentally, I think that taking it one game at a time, not thinking about, oh, we're going to win this tournament, oh, we're just playing Towson in the final, the final game. I think it's just, having the mentality of if you just give it your all, then everything else will fall into place.
How important was it for you guys to get this done in one game and come out fired up from the very beginning, not let Towson have any momentum?
I think you kind of answered the question. You really don't want Towson to come back out in that second game, if we would happen to lose the first one, with momentum, because they're a fired-up team. We saw that in the past 2 days, especially yesterday, coming through 2 games in 80-degree weather. You don't want to have to put up with that in a second game because it could go either way at that point.
Thank you.
Could you just have an opening statement or anything, and then we'll open it up to questions?
Well, like I said before, it's tournament time, and Towson, they really battled this weekend. I told their players, I hugged every one of them because of the way they competed, and I told their coach what a great job she did. And our kids were just unbelievable. The last 2 days is about the best ball I've seen our kids play, both offensively, defensively, in the circle. We were very focused and well driven.
What were you asking Jalen in the second inning?
What did I tell you yesterday? I look at their eyes, okay, And in that situation with 2 runners already on base, I was just watching her, and her legs and her upper body just weren't together. And I didn't want to leave her in there to let Towson get any type of momentum. And so I felt that, I can make the change now, and I have all the confidence in the world in both JJ and Heather. It's a toss of a coin. But I felt that I needed to give her a break, and I brought Heather in, and I told JJ, I said, be ready. We can always come back with you. And I told Heather before the game, when I told them who was going to be pitching, I told Heather, I said, be ready, because you just never know. And when your time comes, we're really going to need you. And wow.
How impressed are you with how Heather did on that?
Well, it's Heather. I've worked with her for 2 years, and that's what she's going to do. She got the perfect pitch in the perfect spot, and we made an unbelievable play. And Erica, gosh, how much has she grown in the past 2 years? Because the entire time I'm yelling, we go to 4 with the ball. We go home with the ball, and I'm in the dugout yelling 1, 1, 1, and Erica's like, nope, bam. She fires it to third, and now you don't have a run on third base anymore. You got 2 outs, and it was like all the weight in the world. You could just see lift from their shoulders. So it was a great play all the way around. You had 4 people in one play that just made a spectacular play.
Heather said that her changeup and her drop were feeling particularly good today. Did she tell you that? Did you know?
No, I've been watching her in the bullpen because I always have her and Heather and JJ both warm up. And the one thing that I noticed, Heather's drop ball is usually really good. The one thing I keep an eye on is her changeup, because if her changeup's working, she's going to be nasty. And the last 3 days when she's been warming up in the bullpen, her changeup has been nasty. And so she threw a lot of changeups, a lot more changeups than we normally have her throw. But it's only because Towson's so aggressive with the bats. And so we really wanted to mix up their timing, and she did a great job.
We're done. Speaking of aggressive, this is the first time we've seen you guys play, but there doesn't even seem to be hesitation when you send people from third. What does that do when you play that way? Do you see that affecting the other team, knowing that they're going to have to?
We're going to force teams to make plays. If you watch us, we're a team that's very fundamental on defense. We're not going to be flashy. We're going to make the routine plays. On offense, it's Wild Bill. We're going to come out gunslinging, and we're going to force people to make plays. It's hard for an 18, 19-year-old in a big game to make a great defensive play. A lot of things have to happen. You have to field the ball cleanly, you have to make a great throw, and then the person has to make a great catch and a tag. A lot of things have to happen. All we have to do is run really fast.
Did you feel that number 1 seed that you guys got, that you guys took full advantage of that, and it definitely paid off?
Well, yeah, I think so. We got to play here, which is in the comfort of our own home. Like I said before, our kids get to go home, and their families are here, and they get to sleep in their own beds. They get to stay in their own routine, and we're in exams, so there was no pressure on having to take exam here, take an exam there. They were able to take the exams throughout. I don't even know if people know, but our kids are taking exams right up to the day, each day, and just the way they handled themselves. The first 2 days we've got 3 kids on IVs, and they handled themselves so well. And that wasn't me, it wasn't us. It's just Kevin White and I talk about it all the time. It's a process. It's a process, and they use the process in their favor.
This is 2 years. You've got an at-large, now a CA title. When you came in here, did you think you could achieve this quickly, or are you surprised by this? Just what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's not about me. I saw what was here, the university, the area, so forth and so on. So absolutely, I saw this happening here. Not because of me, not because of what we're doing, but because of what's here and what we have to offer our student athletes. The facility's unbelievable. The education is great. So this is a place that I think softball is a sport that can really prosper here, and I saw that.
Considering you're from about, 20 miles down the road, what was your contingent here today? Did you have like 100 people here? How many deans were in the audience?
I don't know how many deans were, but there were a lot of friends and family because, a lot of the kids that I'm coaching, I've known their parents. So it's just a great atmosphere. That's why I like the local kids. We're going to go out and get the best in the country, and we're going to take local kids because the local kids bring their parents, their families, they bring energy to the stadium, and our players feed off that energy. It doesn't matter whose mother's screaming her lungs out there as long as somebody's mother is. And it's just great. It's a great feeling for an athlete.
You clearly have a team that's hungry. As a coach, how do you manage that hunger going into the NCAAs?
We starve them during practice. No, we've done all we can do as a coaching staff. All we can do now is just try not to mess it up. Let them play. Let them play. Make changes when you feel you might need to make a change. Put on a play when you might think you need to put on a play. But let them play. It's their game. It's not mine. It's not our coaching staff's. Let them play. We can't do anything right now other than make a lineup, give a bunt here and there, call a pitch, but let them play.
You anticipated the cooler well that you've been practicing when they tried to dump you?
I actually didn't know it was coming. I mean, it's usually a thing, but they hit it pretty good because they got me. I'm not as mobile as I used to be.
Towson's head coach mentioned that your team got stronger throughout the tournament. Did you see that?
Absolutely.
Day one to today?
Absolutely. I mean, day one, it's like I told people, I'd rather be lucky than good because lucky always wins, good loses sometimes. And we were lucky that first day. We really were. And then we got the nerves out and we just played. So they're a fun group. I'm telling you, you don't realize how much fun they are until you come every day to practice, every day. And then when they do it in a game and you see them look in the dugout and their eyes are real big and they smile, it's a great feeling.